It is going to be a tough act to follow, but you can bet the women's field will be up for the challenge as we welcome you back to South Bend. It's the women's final of the mile. Sarah Edwards, Virginia Tech. The senior looked good yesterday. She will be looking for an ACC title. Her teammate Lauren Berman. Keep an eye on Johanna SCHULZ as well of Wake Forest. It was SCHULZ who edged out Edwards Thursday night in the thrilling finish for the Demon Deacons in the DMR. But Edwards looked focused yesterday, ready to defend her title from
this young lady from Bellingham, Massachusetts, a small town towards the center of the state of Massachusetts, has really run very, very well at Virginia Tech, now a senior.
Staggered start for the women's mile.
They will all cut to the pole after they complete this turn. Notice the cones giving them guidance, and then the cones end and you cut in.
So we will see who can sprint to the pole lead as they all come together. SCHULZ is in the mix for Wake Forest. The two Hokies, Berman and Edwards, also coming in as they sandwich SCHULZ, and it will be Virginia Tech who gets to the curve first.
Here's what happened in the distance medley 2 nights ago. The batons came in pretty close together after the first 3 legs for these 2 stars that are in the race. Johanna SCHULZ from Germany, a senior at Wake Forest, and the woman we just showed you, Sarah Edwards. And they both ran almost identical times, right around 4:37 full miles for the full individual mile for the distance medley relay, and the difference was unbelievably close. The teams ran 2.5 miles. The distance that separated them at the finish line, 1/100th of a second. And it was Wake Forest that got the nod. 69 seconds for Lori Berman, leading the way for the first quarter mile.
Wake Forest has a strong international presence, especially in this race. You have SCHULZ, who grew up in Neumünster, Germany, and then her teammate, Amy HARDING-DELOOZE, the sophomore from Sydney, Australia. Both have had very fine indoor campaigns this year. SCHULZ currently sitting in the 2 spot. Her teammate, HARDING-DELOOZE, currently occupying number 5. Everybody chasing Virginia Tech's Lauren Berman.
Right now, nationally, Edwards' time ranks number 7. And obviously, they're biding their time. The pace is not that fast for these athletes at all. Everybody's still bunched up. Another way to tell that the pace is moderate, but maybe solid. We're approaching now the 880-yard mark. We'll try and let you know what that split is.
For the first time, Maudie SKYRING of Florida State has anchored her way into striking position. She too, another Australian. SKYRING, the junior for the Seminoles.
2:19. They're holding this pace steady. 69 for the first quarter, 70 for the second. Now, when the pace is solid like this, but not overly fast, you start thinking, who are the kickers? Who has raw speed? And we know SCHULZ has shown that in the past from Wake Forest, and certainly tough. And as somebody who tends to not wait till the last 50 or 75 meters is Sarah Edwards. In the past, she's put the heat on in the last quarter mile. Let's see what tactics evolve here late in the race.
HARDING-DELOOZE has showed the ability to close throughout her career as well. Again, bunch running in the women's mile. It's tight. SKYRING has jumped to the top. Edwards starts to make her move on the outside.
She's right there with the number 2 on her vest and got herself in position to move when she wants as they approach 3/4 of a mile. And back right behind Edwards, interestingly enough, in her position, I'm sure that's where she wants to be, is Johanna SCHULZ from Wake Forest. Now it's SCHULZ that tries to move up, but decides to sit tight down this straightaway. I think she feels that she's got the speed to outkick Edwards. Let's see if Edwards makes the first move. She's fallen back a bit, has SCHULZ. She doesn't want to be there at this point in the race.
Edwards, who has been planted just on the outside shoulder of SKYRING, moves over into lane 2, and let's see if on the back straightaway she can make her pass.
SKYRING battling beautifully. It's Edwards and SKYRING.
So SKYRING able to fend her off on the straightaway as they enter the final curve and into the turn and the home stretch. Will it be Virginia Tech or Florida State? Maudie SKYRING, Sarah Edwards.
Toe-to-toe.
Edwards with a kick, driving hard toward the line, not to be denied today. Virginia Tech takes home the gold in the women's mile.
4 minutes, 37 1/10 of a second. Congratulations to her. The young lady who someday wants to own her own architectural firm is the goal. She's an interior design major and thrilled to represent Virginia Tech. Here's her move down the home stretch. She had to swing wide. She no doubt could tell that SKYRING had a good deal left. The Aussie on the inside for FSU drifts out into lane 2 to make it a little tougher for Edwards. Edwards had just a little too much left down the home stretch, and she ran 4:37 2 nights ago and replicated that. Outstanding toughness, and obviously very fit to pull these 3 individual hard miles off in 3 days.
What an effort by SKYRING, a personal best, 4:37.26. But it was the defending champion, Sarah Edwards, who claims another ACC indoor title. A 4:37.11 for Edwards, who took home 2 golds last year in front of the home crowd in Blacksburg, winning the mile. She was the first ever Virginia Tech female to win an ACC title in this event. Well, she's done it 2 years in a row.